Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Karen the Clean, and this is going to be my kind of like a chat type of video. So anyway, I have been on YouTube for 2 years now. Yeah guys, 2 years, I can't believe it. Anyway, it is my 2-year anniversary when I will be posting this video. And so anyway, through the journey, I think I have really grown a lot as a YouTuber, and I feel like my channel has definitely grown. It has grown and everything. And I don't know, I feel like it's gotten a little bit easier for me to really I mean the job itself is not like easy per se, but you know, my graphics and everything that I use for my channel and everything, I think has definitely gotten way better. And anyway, one of the things I wanted to kind of go over with you guys is, okay, as far as my YouTube channel, I mean, I feel like I've come a long way with making my videos and stuff. And so has my home as well. So I'm going to just kind of go over things that, you know, we have done in this house being a YouTuber. And one of the things was, okay, our laundry room. When we made over our laundry room, um, boy, was that a challenging one and everything like that. Our old washer, I think, I want to, okay, our old dryer just kind of like went out. And we, oh my gosh, I think it was the heating element or something. And by the time we paid for the repair for it or whatever, we're like, okay, you know, my husband's like, well, well, how do you feel about a new dryer? And I was like, okay. But I was like, you know what? Instead of just getting a new dryer, why not get a whole new set or whatever? So anyway, I talked to my husband about it. He's like, yeah, I think we can kind of do that. So we bought a whole new washer and dryer and all that. Well, when we got it, got it home and everything like that, we decided that, you know, we kind of wanted to do a makeover over the whole room, the laundry room. And I call laundry room, I mean, maybe it's technically not a room because it leads out to the garage and all that stuff. So it's right by the kitchen and it leads out to the garage and everything. So I don't know if you call it like an actual room or whatnot. But anyway, so we decided to go ahead and do a makeover. But we wanted there was like a white shelf and everything like that, and you'll see it in the videos and everything like that. You'll see it on here in the video and everything. And there was like a white shelf in there and all that stuff. And we wanted to, you know, kind of make it more functional because it really wasn't all that functional. So that's why I think there was a video I had that it said from dysfunctional to functional or something like that. I can't remember exactly what name I gave it and all that stuff. But anyway, so we decided to take that out, and we had bought a cabinet. I think it was on Facebook Marketplace or whatnot. We bought a cabinet, and it was only $50. So we only had to pay $50 for it. And so my husband kind of like installed it and everything like that. And then we hadn't painted at that time. So it wasn't at that time we painted. He just wanted to kind of get everything kind of set the way we wanted it and everything like that. And then we were going to paint later and all that stuff. So he was kind of installing and everything and all that. Well, then I was, I was telling him, I said, man, we really need to repaint this laundry room because it's just so ugly. It's like a mustard color. Ooh, it was gross. And so our master bathroom, no, we did not video it because it was later when we painted, redid our bathroom as far as painting it and all that stuff. We did that off camera. I mean, it wasn't on camera. I hadn't even started YouTube at that time. But the paint we used was Silver Charm, I believe it was. And it was really pretty and I liked it. And since we had plenty of it left, I said, well, why don't we use the Silver Charm? Because I think we had bought another container of it because we still had more. I think we needed to do like a third coat or something like that. So anyway, we bought another container and we still had a lot left over. So I said, well, why don't we do the Silver Charm in the laundry room? So that's what we did. So we painted the laundry room, and yeah, and just completely kind of made over, the laundry room, trying to make it more functional and more purposeful and all that. And it was definitely a challenge because we had the washer and dryer in there and it was stackable and everything. And when we did that, we had to put like a tarp on the washer dryer so that way the paint would not splatter all over it. Anyway, it was a challenge because it was still in the room. It was a challenge and everything like that. But, we got through it and all that stuff. Anyway, so that's one thing on the list that's one thing we did as far as the laundry room. Now, then the kitchen makeover. Now it's kind of like a little mini makeover on the kitchen area. And basically what we did is that we bought some contact wallpaper, I think it was. And it was the raw and something. I can't remember exactly what the name of it is, but I'll make sure all the videos that we made will be in the description box. So don't have to worry about that. You don't have to go hunting for it. I'll already have it in the description box and everything like that. And it should say, like, I think makeovers or something like that. But anyway, so back to what I was saying. So as far as the kitchen makeover, main reason why we wanted to kind of do it is because when we bought this house, we in the kitchen, like on the stove area, the the sheetrock was kind of like, I guess, still exposed or whatnot because um, I don't know if it was some kind of cleaning crew that was there before, and I don't really know the full story on it. All I know is there was like a sheetrock there, and we plan to do a whole like update and renovation in the kitchen and everything, like totally updated and everything like that. But of course, finances is just too high right now. So we do plan and we want to do a whole new backsplash and all that stuff and everything like that. However, anyway, so back to what I was saying. So and you'll see in the video, and I'll have the clip kind of, playing as you're listening to me and all that. But anyway, basically what happened in the kitchen is that we decided to go ahead and buy some contact paper and kind of do that for the backsplash and everything like that. And I'm kind of glad we did that so that way we can kind of figure out, do we want it that way or whatever the case may be. Anyway, and then after we fixed the wall on where the stove area and all that stuff and everything, we put the contact paper up and all that stuff. Well, then we did that to the sink area as well and all that stuff. And then, I wanted to paint the island, and I also wanted to stain the wood trim that was along our countertops and on all that stuff. So anyway, so it was probably one of my favorite makeovers because I wanted to kind of make our kitchen, I don't know, look aesthetically pleasing. Because we still had the really old countertops still in our kitchen right now. I guess it's the Formica. I want to update that, but right now finances is just not going to happen right now. But anyway, we did make a little bit of adjustments, a little bit of improvement in the kitchen, all that stuff, and everything like that. So we did do that and everything like that. So as far as any kind of, I guess, makeovers that we've done in the kitchen, I would say that was probably like my favorite out of all of the makeovers. I mean, the laundry room is second and all that stuff. But another makeover we did and all that stuff that, oh my gosh, that I'm completely in love with, is a front porch area and everything. And we had an old filing cabinet, and it was just sitting around the house. It was red, and it was just sitting around the house, and we weren't even using it. So we decided to DIY it as a planter. Yeah. So we took the drawers out and everything like that. I had to sand it down and everything like that. We took the drawers out, and we, made some like adjustments to it. My husband filled it up with some kind of wood or something like that to the section of it and everything like that. But you'll see in the video as I'm talking about it, he made some adjustments to it and everything like that, right? Well, anyway, so I mean, he put some holes in it, and I sanded it down and I painted it and all that stuff. It's really pretty. because planters are so expensive. I'm like, man, they don't fit in our budget right now at all. So I was like, you know what? If we can at least DIY a planter, that'd be awesome. So that's what we did. And so that was my biggest video out there that people just loved it and everything like that. I was rather shocked. I mean, I knew it would get views, but I had no idea how many views it would get and all that stuff. And that was definitely my favorite makeover. And we've updated it kind of since then and everything like that. And like I said, I'll make sure all the videos that we done of that and all that stuff and everything will be in the description box and everything like that. But yeah, that would probably be one of my top makeovers that we did as far as the porch makeover and all that stuff. And I get compliments, throughout, the neighborhood or whatever. I get friends and people that tell me how pretty it looks and all that stuff and how the porch is looking and how our front yard looks so green and all that stuff. And I believe what we did is we did I think it was like the St. Augustine grass and everything, and we did not film that. And this is before we actually became YouTubers and all that stuff. But we got the St. Augustine, and it was sod, so we put it out in our front yard and everything like that. And they say that it could take up to like 2 weeks. So I think we did it like either in late April or early May or something like that. So, I mean, you have to really, the timing on that has to be on it because of the fact that you don't want it to be raining too much. You don't want to be raining too little. So it's kind of like an in-between. But anyway, when we put that sod out and everything like that, because we thought about doing seed, but we kind of have like a sloped piece of land and we didn't want it, like if it rained, we didn't want the seed to be washed away. So that's why we did sod. And I'm glad we did sod. So just to let you know, we did sod in our front yard, can't even talk, front yard. And yes, and I get compliments on it all the time about how green it looks, how pretty it looks, and all that stuff. So it's St. Augustine. So it depends, I guess, on your climate and where you live and all that stuff, on how well it will take and all that stuff. But besides the kitchen, I think that was my best to make over as far as the front yard and all that stuff, right? Anyway, and then we did do like a mini makeover also on the game room area. And basically all we did is we did paint the walls and everything. And I don't think we ever did a video on that. I don't remember doing that because I think we did that off camera or something like that. I don't remember if we were YouTubers at that time. But anyway, we did repaint the walls in the game room, but we hadn't painted the ceiling. And so we did kind of like a little mini makeover on that. So we painted the ceiling white. And I don't remember, I think it was just white. I think it was just a can of paint that we got from Home Depot or something like that. And of course it wasn't sponsored or anything like that. None of my videos are sponsored or anything like that. We all the money that we used or put into it was our own money and everything like that. But as far as the game room makeover and everything like that, we basically had to repaint the ceiling area because it was like that eggshell, like cream colored and stuff like that. And we put a new fan in there too and everything like that because the fan we had in there was old and it just wasn't doing it or whatnot and all that stuff. So anyway, we just wanted to kind of update the space and everything. And we also did we did paint the what's called the hallway and the guest room and all that stuff. I don't think I filmed the hallway, the ceiling, because it was just the ceilings. It wasn't like the walls or anything like that. But one of these days, I guess I'll kind of show you like the actual what it looks like and all that stuff. But it was just white. I mean, we didn't do anything spectacular to it or anything like that. But we did, of course, repaint the ceiling in the guest room because it was already kind of painted. We had already painted it and everything like that. But the ceiling was just kind of, like I said, it was the same as the game room. It was just a yucky cream color and everything. And then we updated it, with the ceiling fan too and all that stuff. So, yeah, those were basically the rooms that we did on YouTube as far as the makeover. And like I said, I will make sure I link all those in the description box, for you and everything like that. And I will play some clips of it and everything like that so y'all can all see it and everything like that. But those were definitely ones that we did, on YouTube, and that were my favorite and everything like that. I'm watching the time because I'm trying to figure out how much time I want to talk about certain things and all that stuff. So if I keep looking at my phone, that's what I'm doing. I'm kind of like timing it and everything like that. But basically, yeah, I mean, I just can't believe I've been on YouTube for 2 years now. I mean, it's incredible and everything like that. I love being a YouTuber. I love making the videos. And I want to say my favorite part of making the YouTube videos is probably the graphics of it, making all the thumbnails and all the graphics for it and everything like that. Because I try to do things differently. I don't want to make you know, the same intro over again. I kind of try to make it different and everything like that. So I just kind of like to do it a little bit differently than, just other YouTubers. I just kind of like to use my creativity, for my thumbnails and whatnot and all that stuff. So anyway, but as far as being a YouTuber for 2 years, I still I can't believe it, and all that stuff. And of course, I do more on my channel. I do cleaning. I show me cleaning my home and each areas of my home and stuff like that. Now, the only rooms I don't really show is my daughter's bedroom, and we have a friend that also like rents a room from us too, and everything like that. So we don't show that room as well. So this home is a 4-bedroom home and all that. So yeah, we had planned to have quite a few more kids, but unfortunately, but I feel blessed because we have one daughter and all that stuff, and I'm not going to get into the specifics on that, what happened on that. But anyway, we do have one daughter. Her name is Nicole, and she has been in my videos and everything like that. But the main focus is, of course, on me and me cleaning my home and all that, and blessing my home or whatnot and all that stuff and everything like that. But another thing I also wanted to kind of give a chat about too is, like a health, update on my health and everything like that. So far it's been pretty good. Now I have lost some more weight and everything like that. Now I didn't record the whole journey and everything like that. And I have shared what I looked like before I started on the weight loss, journey. And if I can, I will try to include the photo of me when I was bigger and everything like that. So my heaviest weight was 177 pounds. Now I know that's probably like not really all that, I guess, big per se, but anyway. And I will say this, I congratulate those who are on a weight loss journey. I do congratulate you. And I think it's great that you're wanting to eat healthier or be better or be better fit and all that stuff. So, but back to me. One thing I will say is this, is that along my journey, we have definitely improved on our eating habits. At least I have, I mean, the whole family is doing better by eating better and everything. We do not eat processed food, or we try not to. We try not buy any processed food or anything like that. We try to, and we pretty much eat the same thing over and over again. Now we might switch it up a little bit and everything like that, but you're probably wondering why I don't really do grocery hauls that often. It's because we pretty much eat the same thing kind of all the time. Now we might switch it up every now and then, everything like that. But we pretty much eat the same thing pretty much all the time because we like it and we know and all that. But one thing we do eat a lot of is we do eat like steak, and we do eat we will eat squash, just certain foods and stuff like that that we will eat. But one thing we have been doing is making bread, and homemade bread, and we have a bread machine and we make bread. Now, we haven't exactly videoed us making the bread, is because I do the gluten-free, and of course the gluten-free is a lot more challenging and stuff like that. So we're still trying to perfect it, because it's still, I mean, it comes out good and everything like that, but it's still been a challenge, because I want to try to make it have like a smoother, I guess, top on it or whatnot, and all that stuff. And we're planning to kind of make it today as I'm filming today, but we're not going to be filming that and everything like that, but we are planning to, film that or whatnot and all that stuff one of these days. But anyway, we need to do it better and everything. But one thing I do miss is my sourdough. I miss having my sourdough, and I haven't had it in a while and all that stuff. So once I think we perfect the gluten-free bread and everything like that, I think I want to try to do the sourdough, but I hear it's really challenging. So anyway, we will definitely see about that. But anyway, so as far as my health and everything like that is concerned and everything like that, it has definitely done better. Now, I've said before and everything like that, there was a point where I was going too much. There was a point that I was going too much. And then it got to the point where I wasn't kind of going at all and all that. And I'm not really going to name what it was or anything like that. I think you can kind of figure it out. But anyway, so I started kind of doing things differently. I started eating things differently and everything like that. Well, one of the things I will definitely share with you guys is this, now, as far as the sugar, now I don't eat any candy bars or anything like that, or I don't eat any like candy bars, or I haven't really been eating a whole lot of like sweets. We don't really buy any like cakes from the store, or thing like that. We don't really buy any what's called desserts from the store. Now, every now and then, if my daughter will want something, we'll buy it at like a store or whatnot, or we'll try to make it or whatnot and all that stuff. But I have, as far as getting completely off sugar, now, well, one thing we have done is that if I want something sweet, we use honey. So we don't use sugar like at all in any products that I eat. As far as anything I eat, I have done away with white sugar altogether. I know, right? And it has made me feel so much better, so much better. So basically what we've been doing in our, like, anytime we cook or we have recipes, in fact, we were making banana nut bread and everything like that, but I was kind of getting a little tired of it and I wanted to have something different. So we just started making some cookies, and we might do a video on that too in the near future and all that. But so basically anything that I eat, I use honey instead of just white sugar and everything like that. Because I don't think I'll ever get off completely off sugar, but I'm trying to I'm definitely off any processed sugars. No like fructose corn syrup or anything like that. Completely off of that stuff and everything like that. Because it was making me sick, and it was not making me feel I just felt awful when I eat that stuff. And we have been eating, like, we'll buy blueberries. I put those in my yogurt, and I put it, in my waffle when I eat my waffle. And we do what's called big breakfast on Sunday. So I will have that, and I will put the blueberries in my waffle. And my gosh, guys, it is so good. I mean, and instead of syrup, I use molasses. That's what I buy it. I think it's like organic or something like that. I forget what the name of it is. So maybe if I remember, I will put the name down in the description box or whatnot of the molasses and everything. So I don't have any syrup with my waffle. And the butter that I'm using is I think it's Makeovers or something like that. Anyway, it's I guess like a coconut type of butter or whatnot. And so that's what I'm using for my butter. And then as far as my cheese that I'm using and everything like that, we've been buying it from HEB. And that's the only place right now where we live that we can purchase it and whatnot. And what we've been doing is buying raw cheddar and all that stuff. And I've gotten off of the plant-based stuff because honestly, it wasn't doing me any favors and stuff like that. Now, everybody to each their own, but I just felt like it had other ingredients in there that wasn't good for me and all that stuff. So, yeah, I'm using even a completely different butter, but butter, not better, butter, and all that stuff. So, anyway, it's like I said, it's been challenging because I am really trying to do better with my health. I do feel better, and every day, now that it's hot in the summer, we've been going for walks. So here lately, we've just been going like around our neighborhood like twice and everything like that. But we've been just doing it once lately and everything like that. But we try, we just go for walks in our neighborhood. And I do exercise at least 3 times a week. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday is when I do my exercising. And I'm trying to be fit. I'm trying to eat more healthier. I'm just really trying to be healthier overall. And as far as my self-care is concerned, I've done better. Now I'm just kind of just rambling on about things to kind of talk about because I don't do these very often. It's been a while since I did like a sit down like chat type of thing and all that. But one of the things I do is, we have bought like what's called Godly Granny products. I've been using that. We've been buying the creams and stuff like that, and we put it on and everything like that. Magnesium, it's got a lot of magnesium and other ingredients in there. It's all natural stuff, not any chemicals in it, and all that stuff. And I use also in my hair. I do use I think it's called hemp shampoo. I bought that from Natural Grocers. Use that in my hair. And Giovanni hair conditioner or whatever, and all that stuff. So I'm using all kind of things, I'm just trying to get off of anything that's going to damage my hair. I'm just trying to use more natural products, not only on my body, but on my hair as well and everything like that. So anyway, that's, pretty much the gist and everything like that. So I just wanted to say thank you for subscribing to my channel. And I also want to thank the viewers, all those who do watch my videos, even though you may not be subscribed. Thank you. And all that stuff. I know we're always thanking the subscribers, but I wanted to thank the viewers as well too, because it really makes me feel good knowing that you want to watch what I do. You're curious about what I'm up to, and that you really want to. It's almost like being with a friend, hanging out with them, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be a little bit more interactive on my video and trying to be more personal, with you guys and everything like that, and being more like a friend, kind of hanging out with me type of thing. And that's one thing I love about other YouTubers and all that stuff. I have a YouTuber friend, or a couple of friends. One that lives in South Africa. She's really sweet. Love her to death and love her videos. And I also have another one that I watch in the UK. And they're just really sweet and everything like that. And I have another YouTuber, and she does like cleaning videos. She does decluttering videos and all that stuff and everything like that. I'm not exactly sure where she lives and everything, but I mean, she lives in the United States and everything like that. But anyway, all these girls, ladies, they leave comments on my video and everything like that. And I appreciate them so much because they have been really supportive, and they'll come to my channel and I go to their channel and we just really support each other. And I just really love them so much and everything like that. And I love my viewers too. I love who comes to my channel and views what I'm up to and all that stuff. So anyway, but I just want to say thanks for the 2 years, and I hope to continue on even longer than that. I don't plan on leaving YouTube anytime soon, and I just wanted to say thank you. And happy anniversary, guys. Oh my God, 2 years. I can't believe it. 2 years I've been on YouTube, and I keep repeating it because it still boggles my mind that I've been on here for 2 years, guys. So anyway, hang on, guys. So thank you for stopping by to my channel. And yeah, so anyway, I hope you continue to watch because I do have more, and I'm doing a little bit more. I'm doing some makeovers at my mom's house and everything like that. I've done one so far. It's a kitchen makeover and all that stuff, and I'm hoping to help her with a little bit more stuff at her house and everything and all that. But yeah, so all of that will be linked down below and everything like that. But anyway, thank you so much. Make sure you like helps the algorithm, or helps YouTube know that you like what I put out and everything like that. So definitely comment. Please do comment, guys, because I want to get to know you just like you've gotten to know me. So comment, share. I see some of you that do share my content, and I do thank you for that. And of course, subscribe. Please come become a subscriber. If you don't subscribe, at least comment. At least tell me you like what you see, and all that stuff. Okay, guys, I rambled on long enough. I'm gonna let you guys go. Congratulations for 2 years. Bye, everyone.